Hello everyone, welcome to another very exciting tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can create this kind of vertical timeline. You can use it, honestly the idea is coming from the CNN website. They had this kind of nice timeline thingy showing what are the most important news up there, but you can use it for anything, right? For example, notification panel or whatever. I already have a tutorial about this that I made maybe a year ago, and I thought it's a good time to revisit this, maybe with a new look. For those of you who don't know that, what is this? This is the editor we developed. Scotus.com, Codity. The whole goal of developing this was for me, first of all, to just focus on the code and teach you the most important thing rather than coming up with like how to bring up a server or whatever. Uh, and as you know, it's beta, so don't expect it to be 100% bug free editor, but we're working on it. Anyways, let's get started. So I'm having a new fresh editor here, and I'm gonna start by creating a container, and within the container I'm gonna put an unordered list. Within the unordered list I'm going to put maybe three LIs, and within the LIs I'm gonna put a div which represents my whatever it is, notification or whatever. So this one, since it's the top, it's gonna be my latest news maybe, and then in the next LI I'm putting another div and I'm typing my second latest news, and then ultimately on the last one I put another div and say my third latest news, right? So we have an ordered list, li, and then within that I have my divs. Now let's start maybe by styling the UL here. So I have my container and UL in my CSS panel, which represents the CSS. I'm gonna put maybe list style none to remove the bullet points, and then maybe I would put position relative. And for the line here, as you can see, I'm going to use the pseudo element on the UL, so container UL, and then before put the content of none because I don't want it to have any content. Would put the position absolute, then the width of 1 pixel, and then the height of 100%, right? And then I will define maybe top 0 and then left as well 0. Now to have something to be seen, I give it a background of maybe DDD, right? So you can see something pops up over here. All right, maybe I just put it at 2 pixel. Now you see there is this padding here on my UL. Maybe I just remove that padding, or even, yeah, let's remove that padding so the line is exactly like here. And then I will utilize the padding on the LIs within the UL, and I will give it maybe let's say 10 pixel and 20 pixel, right? So you can see that I have my vertical line over here, and I have my sort of notification or news or whatever. So what I'm going to do next, maybe even more padding here. And since I have my container, let's just push this UL a little bit by giving it a padding of maybe 10 pixel on the top and bottom, from top and bottom, and maybe 40 pixel from left and right, so that it ends up here. Alright, so we are halfway done. Now what I want to do is put another span, which represents these times over here inside my LIs. So span maybe 29 minutes ago, and then I'll copy that, I'll put it in the second LI maybe 39 minutes ago, and then another one here maybe 42 minutes ago in the last LI, right? So you have something like this. And then what I want to do is I want my uh, I want my span within my LI to basically have maybe the color of AAA, then position absolute, because I want to move things, uh, freely within my divs. And then I'll give it a left of minus, let's say 10 pixel, maybe even 20 pixel or 30 pixel, just to kind of come up with like the distance that I like. And then I will change the font size to something like maybe 12 pixel, and then I push this a little bit back so you can see that it kind of looks good. So as it looks like I want my content to go a little bit further as well, to the right. So as we know, this is our divs within the LI, and this is where I have my div. Okay, there is no div, so let's add a container ULLI div and give it a padding of nothing from top and bottom, and then 10 pixel maybe from left and right. So you can see it looks something like this. Now, as you can see, this is all these timings are all overlapping with my line. What I want to do on my span, I will give it a background. But the background or background color should be exactly the same as the background of my container, which is white, right? So boom, as you can see now it looks much better. To make it even better, I'm giving a padding of maybe 5 pixel from top to bottom and nothing from left to right. You can see now it looks much better, right? So what I have here now is basically uh, this that we created. Now I want to make sure that we know what notification is important or what is in the focus. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give my LI that I want to be of different color. I want to give it a class, let's say selected, and then within the class, so now having this, it's actually very easy because I'm going to say container ULLI selected, because that's where I added the class. Then I want my div within that class selected to be a different color, right? So I'm going to do selected and then div. I'm going to give the color of maybe tomato. You can see that now it looks like it's a different color. It looks very nice, and since I'm very much into like nice design and things look good, I'm gonna use a different font, and for that I'm gonna use Google Fonts. So fonts.google.com. Let's take for example Roboto. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna click on this plus button over here and it selects it for me. I can either embed it in my HTML, and maybe this is better just using the import CSS property to take this from this address over here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to up high here in my CSS file, import that, and then it says that specify in CSS you have to use font family Roboto, right? I'm going to come back here, and on my container, which is the highest level or the parent container of all of this, I'm gonna paste the font family Roboto. So it looks pretty good. Maybe changing the size of the font on my LIs, maybe font size, or not in my LIs, but on my div, I want these to be a little bit smaller, but not anything else. So on my divs, I'm gonna say font size, maybe 13 pixel or maybe 20 pixel, as you can see, or 14. As you can see, when I did that, it kind of jumped up. So just to refine that, I'm gonna go to my div again, and then maybe I give it a, not the selected, but all of the divs. I'm gonna just give a maybe 5 pixel. Let's see how it looks. Yes, it looks pretty good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. The whole idea about this one, if you want to get this feeling and this look, the first thing is that on my unordered list, I'm defining a pseudo element on the before here. I'm giving a width of 2 pixel and height of 100 pixel, which spans the height of my UL. And well, in order to make it long, obviously I'm giving a padding to the LIs here. And also on the timing, to have this look, don't forget that you have to put the background on your spans, the same background as you have on your container or your whole page, right? So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions. If you like this tutorial, please go ahead and like and share it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And well, see you next time. Have a good day and night. Bye.